Hello and welcome to our latest unboxing video. I'm Eliza and this is,
Amber.
and today we have 13 DVDs, lucky number 13. But before we do our DVDs, I just want to do a quick reminder for the local viewers about some of our programs that we're doing. So we have the Spice Club, where you can stop by our curbside pickup and get a free sample of some exotic spice, and then if you cook with it, then send us a picture and we will post it on Instagram. And then the other thing is we have golden tickets in the children's books and in the teen books. So if you curbside pick up some children's or teens books, then you might win a prize, which my son just won a prize and he was like so excited about it. And I had actually somehow gone to bed earlier than him and he came running into my bedroom. It was like, I was reading the book and I found a golden ticket. So your kid too could be that excited that they would wake you up. Oh yeah, Amber, DVDs, you go first.
Okay. Right on the top is The Trip to Greece. And he just did another DVD that we unboxed a few weeks ago. I don't remember what it was called, but he looked like a very different person. Steve Coogan, I think.
Steve Coogan just had a different DVD. He is a busy guy.
He had another movie. Was it? Yeah, I forget what it was called, but he was very like tanned and greasy looking.
Oh, yeah, that was like about a rich CEO or something. I forgot about that.
Yeah, this
This is
is
different. This, I think, is probably unscripted. It's just the two of them just being like ridiculously funny. They're both just ridiculously funny comedians.
yeah. Sure.
So I have a movie called Spontaneous. I'm kind of glad I already know what this is about, so I don't have to try to figure it out. But it's about high school, I guess, where students start just like randomly exploding, like with bits of goo everywhere. And so they all end up in this lockdown situation because like you can't just let them be anywhere. And then two of them fall in love. And so it's about being in love with someone when either of you could just explode at any second, which is a really dark premise. The preview looked like kind of goofy and funny, but that seems like a really dark premise. Like that makes the coronavirus seem like lightweight.
Which is maybe the point, right?
Maybe that is the point.
Save yourselves. Turning off their phones was the dumbest idea on the planet. I
Huh.
I recognize the woman. She's the funny one in that commercial.
I'm so intrigued by this. The marketing is working for me. I don't know. It must be their target audience.
A Brooklyn couple goes to a cabin to unplug. But then somehow the planet falls under attack while they are unplugged. So it's like worst case scenario. You try and get away from technology right when you need to know everything.
That is kind of how it feels sometimes where you're like, if I just don't check my phone, that's when all like the bad news comes in.
That's when the world will start to end,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, I'm so excited about this. I watched this on Hulu. It's called The Great, and it's a very fictionalized story of Catherine the Great. I think their little tagline is an occasionally true story, but don't expect it to be historically
like The
accurate.
Crown. Don't expect it to be like The Crown, where it's like more accurate.
No, not like The Crown. In a very different feel than The Crown. It almost feels like a play a little bit at times, very stylized, but I just enjoyed it so much, and it really made me laugh a lot. And then it also made me cry. I know that sounds like a cliche, but it happens. It's a real thing.
Is it it's a movie?
No, it's a TV show. It was
okay.
originally supposed to be like one series, but then it was so popular that they've actually put it on for a series too.
Cool. Blackbird. It looks like a lot of big players.
Mm-hmm.
What are they? Some of these movies, every once in a while, one of these movies with like so many famous actors comes out that I've never heard of before.
I feel like that happens to me too.
There's a woman battling ALS, and she and her partner are planning a weekend away, but then family drama. It looks like basically like family drama, life stuff.
Star Trek Picard, the first season. And a couple different people mentioned this to me. So
I'm very excited. I didn't even know that Star Trek had a new season featuring Picard.
Look, it has Patrick Stewart and a dog on the cover. The good
Wild.
boy. Yeah.
Harry Chapin, When in Doubt, Do Something. I assume this is a documentary.
That's a documentary about Harry Chapin, who was like a folk singer who died quite young. And oh, he wrote, what did he write? He wrote like Cats in the Cradle, Cats in the Cradle, Silver Spoon.
Yeah, his most well known.
Yeah. I think we have a demographic that might be interested in him.
Yeah.
Summerland. Love, magic, hope. But what is it about? About a reclusive writer during World War II in England, and then she adopts a London evacuee.
Fatima says it's inspired by a true story. Takes place in 1917 in Portugal.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Very religious. Two girls see or claim to have been visited by the Virgin Mary, who tells them that only prayer and suffering will bring an end to World War I.
Oh wow, that's kind of like a burden.
Yeah, and like word of that spreads across the country. It inspires religious pilgrimages. It's inspired by real events, which I'm always fascinated by, you know, those stories. It's like, so this probably something like this actually happened.
So I want you to tell you that I distributed these DVDs randomly, so it's just luck that I ended up with Fleabag.
I haven't seen it, so it's all yours.
I was like not really, when people were describing Fleabag to me, I was like, I don't really think I'll like this, and then I loved it. And I haven't watched it twice, but I'm kind of like saving up my second viewing for just like a special occasion because I loved it so much. I know I'm gonna enjoy it the second time. It does have like all the swears and all the sex. So not for anybody who is faint of heart, but just like such a good story. And I thought season 2 is a little more serious than season 1, but still like so good.
Something about the title is keeping me from like wanting to dive in and watch it. Maybe someday. Misbehavior. This is supposed to be funny. Takes place in.
I saw the preview for this one too. It's
1970.
Yeah, I think it's about activists who sneak into like a Miss pageant.
Yeah.
Something pageant. Yeah.
Yeah, the women's liberation movement.
Yeah.
And how they disrupted the Miss World pageant.
This is my last one, and it is the new version of The Secret Garden.
There's another one?
Yes, with Colin Firth, Julie Walters, and somebody named a child named Dixie Eggerichs. I haven't really heard of anybody. I haven't talked to anybody who's watched this, so I don't really have any insights. But
I barely remember the first, like the original.
I mean, the first one, I just remember being really scary. Like they have that big fire and like they're burning her toys, and so I've always been a little hesitant to watch it with my kids.
Yeah.
But I don't know, they're probably old enough now. Yeah.
So I have the last DVD of the box, and since you distributed it evenly, it's totally fair that I got The Crown season 3, which I'm currently watching.
Nice.
I started watching the first 2 seasons last year or something, maybe early. I don't know. Time is like an illusion. And I really loved them. Like I loved them a lot more than I thought I would because I don't like historical stuff. But this I feel is close enough to our time period that you're like, what happened then? I know those names. Like I recognize those names. I want to know more about what happened. And this is getting like closer and closer.
Well, I think this is where you get Diana.
I think so. I haven't gotten it yet in the first few episodes, but I really like the woman who's playing the queen. She won some kind of award for that movie that she just did. It's so vague. It's so very vague. It was another, she played another British queen.
Wait, what's her name?
Oh, what's her name? Oh my God, Coleman, something Coleman. It doesn't actually say. I think so.
Yeah, she's really great. She was in like Broadchurch, I think.
I had only ever seen her in this one movie that I saw like when it came out a few months ago or whenever it was. But it's just so interesting.
It feels like my like entire group of Facebook friends are all watching The Crown, and I feel kind of left out. So I need to get on The Crown.
It's one of those where like maybe you're hesitant to watch it, but once you're watching it, it's the kind where you like want to put your phone down and actually really pay attention.
Nice. That's a good recommendation.
That's it.
That's it.
Bye.